Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got a couple of things that we got to talk about that happened over the weekend. You guys already know, and we'll talk about this. Let me pull it right up real quick. There was a quarterback. You guys know Julian Sand. Here he is right here. This is Pete Nukos. He put it up, a prediction for Julian Nukos. And then the following day, well, actually, he put a two schools that have actually emerged for this guy, and then the next following day he put this up, that Ohio State prediction. Now he has officially committed to Ohio State Buckeyes. So USC no longer in that. You guys already know we talked about this a couple of days ago, and we really want to talk about the NIL factor because there was a tweet that was put out by Lane Kiffin. You guys already know that is Ole Miss's coach, and he's talking about the NIL situation. Now, I don't know why he's talking about it because my thing is with him, he's had multiple players. He's had Walter Nolan. He's had several guys that come through the portal. Of course, you guys know Jackson Dart, Michael Trigg, several different players. But here's a tweet I want to talk about real briefly. This is from Lane Kiffin right here. And here it is right here. He says, when you guys know the running back for Ole Miss, Quinshawn, Quinshawn, I think is his name, Quinshawn Jenkins. He's the one that transferred from Ole Miss to Ohio State. And look, Ohio State is absolutely loading up. I can't take anything with it, but he puts up these comments here. Ohio State is now paying $13 million for their current roster, allegedly. Let me say that. Of course, he put the report there, but you guys know that Ryan Day did ask for $13 million the year before, prior to. And you guys know I brought this up about a year ago, talking about NIL and how real it is. And right now, when you look at Ohio State's class, I'm gonna be honest with you. Am I mad at Ohio State? Absolutely not. Because my thing is this: you got to get in where you fit in with the new client, the new landscape of college football. And if college football is going that way, listen, you either get in or where you fit in. And you look at Ohio State's current class right now. Let's look at it. You got safety Caleb Downs. I don't think by the last time we talked about Ohio State, I don't think he was currently committed at the time. Now he's committed. Now they got safety Caleb Downs. They got three players from the University of Alabama. They got Julian Sand. They got Quinshawn Jenkins from Ole Miss. They got Seth McCullen from Alabama, offensive lineman. They got Will Howard from Kansas State. And then they got the tight end from the University of Ohio. So, you look at their class now, you look how loaded it is, and you look at some of the things that the statements that Lane Kiffin is making. Hey, my thing is like this. If we say that we're a university that has the most money, guess what? Our collective, our boosters, they just have to get in and really seize the moment, because my thing is that, listen, you're going to be left behind. And my thing is, you had Ohio State to lose a couple years in a row to a team like Michigan. And I guess they feel like, look, we don't want to be lost in the sauce anymore because we were lost in the sauce. And we're going to try to do everything we can to battle and get these guys up to par. Now, am I happy with our current roster? I am. Did I think that we needed a couple more interior players? I really did. Now, we can't get more interior players after the spring. So, right now the window is closed, given the fact that the transfer portal window is closed. But not only that, getting into USC, I don't know, if they make any type of provisions for those guys, even though they do have 30 days that came from different schools. But right now, to get in USC, I believe it's only, that window's closed. So we got to work with the roster we got now, and I'm going to get ready to start going over that the next couple of months here, the current guys that we have. And I think that we got enough guys now that we can absolutely battle out, especially on the defensive front. I think we've added multiple guys that I think is going to really, really move and groove. I'm really excited about some guys that we've seen kind of make a glimpse, like a Braylon Shelby, Elijah Hughes. I'm very excited about those guys. So I think that USC is going to be okay. But does USC need to make some changes as it relates to the NIL? I've talked about this about a year and a half ago, probably, about how, was it stayed out and the Boulevard. I dealt with all that stuff, man. You guys know that's been with me for a while. I told you guys how that thing wasn't really developed, and whether it was Notre Dame, they had a 501c3. I read you guys. You guys remember? I read up all the different collectors, how they work. Notre Dame, Ohio State, and that's when I brought up Ryan Day asked for 13 million, and then you had other collectors moving and grooving, Miami, all of them. Now we do know that some are so-called being investigated. I did tell you about that. But at the end of the day, listen, this thing it almost seems like it could be passing by if we're not careful. And you look at these things, you look at these rosters now, you look at the comments that even Lane Kiffin made. You gotta have some type of concern because at the end of the day, these guys, until real regulations are put in place, they're going to keep doing what they got to do because at the end of the day, there's no rules in place. How can they violate anything when nothing's really in place? That's the thing. And that's the thing I think we really got to look at. If they're rules, of course, you can't do pay for play, but where are the written rules? Where are the written guidelines? How's anybody violating if they're not really anything concrete into place? And I think that's where everybody's feeling comfortable and they don't feel like they're going to be lost in the sauce. And as a result, we're seeing this happen. We seen Ryan Day get up there, made a statement. It was in an article. I'm asking, we need $13 million to save our roster. You guys remember that? And so, it was no shame in his game. And so if that's what they needed, that's what they needed. And apparently they got the money they need because now they're getting the guys that they need. They're absolutely – Ohio State is killing it right now in the transfer portal. They're absolutely destroying it. And I got to give them credit where credit is due. That roster from top to bottom, another team that's doing it, that's bringing in multiple players, is Oregon. We just got to call it like it is. And so am I happy with the guys we got? Absolutely. I think we brought in some great pieces from the portal. We brought in the Oregon State brothers. We brought them in. We brought the UCLA cornerbacks and safety. You guys remember we brought in some guys. We brought the Vanderbilt defensive end. So, look, man, I think USC has some things to work with. And somebody asked me a question. I'm going to do a video on this as well. Where does USC stand right now in the Big Ten? Somebody said fifth. I'm not necessarily going to agree with that. Let me see if I even brought that up. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I think I did. Yeah, here it is right here. This is just the quarterbacks. Somebody asked me about the conference, but here's the quarterbacks. I think Miller Moss is going to be one of the best in the conference. Iowa quarterback, I don't think he's going to be better than Miller Moss. Penn State quarterback, excuse me, I don't think he's necessarily going to be better than Miller Moss. You see Dylan Raiola there from Nebraska, then the Oregon quarterback. He's the one. He's going to be legit. I got to give him his credit. So I think Miller Moss is going to be up there with the Big Ten quarterbacks, man. So you guys hit me in the comment section on that. Tell me what you guys think. But is USC going to be in it to win it? That's the question. So, look, man, hit me in the comments, man. You guys let me know what you think. Is USC lost in the NIL sauce right now? Do we need to come up to par? I think we do need to do. We need to make something happen. We know that we know how our collective works. We know that we're not going to do the whole pay for play thing. But listen, like I said, there are no written rules in place right now. We could do something to the effect of where we have a better effect. I'll say that. I'm not going to just put anything out there in the air. But right now, we know that once these players get here on campus, we know that USC does have something in play to where these guys can benefit because it's going to be the real name, image, and likeness. And so I understand the whole don't want to jeopardize the whole thing. But right now, USC is almost looking lost in the sauce with some of the guys. I looked at the defensive tackle from Stanford. Excuse me. He just committed to Tennessee yesterday. So I'm just looking at all these different pieces that are in the play, and it has me kind of wondering where's USC standing at right now as it relates to the NIL. So look, man, I'm out of here. That's all I got for you now that the dust is getting ready to settle and things are getting ready to calm down. I'm going to start working on these videos as far as the players, the upgrades, and continue to do those now that we know that we probably not going to have to do any more videos as far as transfer portal right now for the remaining of until spring. And you guys know spring will be here. It's almost about to be February. Spring will be here pretty close coming up to March. So, man, look, you guys hit me in the comments. You guys tell me what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. Everybody that comes on, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that share button. I'm out of here. Till later on, everybody stay blessed. Don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen until later on. Fight on, fight on, fight on.